And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Corner. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you on this fine Tuesday morning?
I could be better, Brian. I could be better.
Why is that?
Come on, dude. Come on.
Man, you know when Tony goes sarcastic laugh, he's tight. Let's just leave it at that. No, Tony, come on. Right? Though,
yeah,
like
dude.
That's like your calling card. Like that's when it's like, look out! Like here he is.
Yeah, dude.
You know, we'll obviously get to that. Everybody knows what we're talking about, but in a second. But what I wanted to start with first, actually, a little switch up in terms of the sequence of things, just because today a little bit lighter with the content being that the Yankees were off yesterday, so we're just recapping the Mets and then previewing tonight's game, is to do actually the Rocket Mortgage Classic preview. So this tournament is going to get underway on Thursday. And this is, of course, Detroit, Michigan, Detroit Golf Club. We talked about it, I guess it was yesterday, actually, about how, this tournament, just started back in 2019, and similar to what we've seen in Cromwell and at the Travelers. That is a golf course that's wide open, that these golfers have no problem making a bunch of birdies and putting up some low numbers. And I had mentioned too, this is not an elevated tournament, so we're dealing with a purse, unlike last week, which was $20 million. This one is $8.8 million, with the winner getting $1.584 million. And you look at the past winners, like I mentioned the other day, Finau last year, Cam Davis 2021, Bryson back in 2020, and Nate Lashley back in 2019. And you had actually sent me on Instagram, there was a little bit of a wild storm there by the Detroit Golf Club, some trees down.
Like ripped it up a little bit.
Yeah. It says cleanup work is expected to continue into Tuesday after a storm with winds of 70 to 80 miles an hour felled trees late Sunday at Detroit Golf Club, giving officials a scare at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. The storm closed the golf course to the media on Monday, but did no damage to the course and left structures intact. They said they're in great shape. We've got golfers. We've got a full driving range here. Players on the back nine getting their practice rounds in just like they always do on a Monday. So fortunately, it looks like that's not going to be interrupt the tournament.
The grounds crew, dude.
The grounds crew. I mean,
working
those are the
overtime.
Those are the backbones of these golf clubs.
Mm-hmm.
That is for sure.
You ever see those videos of them like making a new hole or just like fixing divots or something? Dude, it's so cool.
Yeah,
what
or
they do.
They punch the hole into the green.
Yeah.
I think that Waste Management, for whatever reason, they all like cheer on the guy who's doing that. The people get in.
That's dope.
Before the tournament starts, obviously. So, I had mentioned, we don't have a full field this week, but we definitely have, a lot of notable names, playing in this tournament. So just to give you an idea, and I guess you would say the presumed favorite for this one, given his recent run, his recent surge in play, Ricky Fowler. You have, of course, last year's champion Tony Finau as he looks for his first title defense on the PGA Tour. JT, seemingly back from the dead after a tied ninth last week at Cromwell. Max Homa, a guy who's really going through it right now, after that missed cut at LA Country Club. And, it's a place where he's played pretty well at Detroit here, 3 for 3 with two top 25s, a scoring average of 69 and a quarter. You got Brian Harmon, who I did see hit a couple shots at the Travelers. He finished actually tied second there. So veteran left-hander on the PGA Tour. Just like the Travelers, this is a gettable tournament for him. You got Colin Morikawa, who had such a bad first round at the Travelers. He actually missed the cut despite a 63 in round 2. So he's looking to return to form. You got Sanjay Im. And he's coming off a mediocre tied 29th at the Travelers, but he also has never missed a cut at the Detroit Golf Club. You have the Travelers champion Keegan Bradley. He's also 3 for 3. His best finish being a tied 14th back in 2021. You got Harris English. You got Austin Eckroat. You got Cam Davis. You got Aaron Rye. And you have Ches Reavie coming off that tied 4th at Cromwell. And he missed the cut at the Detroit Golf Club in 2019 and 2021. And has struggled in round 2. So not exactly a strong candidate to get the job done this week. And, some other golfers as well. You have Taylor Moore, Chris Kirk, Adam Hadwin, and Tom Hoagie. And just to give you some details on this course, the yardage plays 7,370, and it is a par 72. And I wanted to see too, let's see. So this actually, believe it or not, was established in 1899.
The course?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But it's gone through many expansions. The first course was actually only 6 holes. But now, you have 2, you have a par 68 and a par 72 in the Donald Ross design. He's a famous golf course designer. That's the one they're going to be playing, the North Course at the Detroit Golf Club.
A famous golf course designer, you said?
Donald Ross, you never heard of him?
Not really.
Wow, he's like the who's who, Tony.
Really?
I know you always like that saying.
What does it take to get into, designing golf courses?
I mean, there's so many different ways to go about it. You could be a random person. You could be someone like Tiger Woods, who,
knows courses.
Paynes Valley in Missouri. He created that one. So, anybody can get into it. Obviously, money being a big thing.
Is this guy like a legit civil engineer or something, or he's just into golf courses? Do you know his history?
I honestly don't, but I'm actually curious to see what we got here. Because you always just hear, it's a Donald Ross design, it's a Pete Dye design. Okay. So so he actually passed away in 1948, Tony. But you know what I mean? He just has his original mark on these courses, but he was a golfer himself back in the day.
Oh, that's cool.
1872, 1948.
Jeez.
It's funny. So they do PGAtour.com. They do 5 things to know about Detroit Golf Club. So one of the things, number 2, who's who of Detroit. So I just thought that's kind of funny. And, they refer to it as like a flat link style golf course. They've been speeding up the greens the last couple years. And they did have a Ryder Cup back in 1937, but they hadn't had a PGA Tour event, so that's why it was so big back in 2019. When they finally got this tournament underway. So it is kind of interesting. I think that the biggest thing here is you feel like it's a place where anybody's going to be in contention. You don't have to be Scotty Scheffler to win this one. You also have Sam Bennett, who actually missed the cut at the Travelers by one. He's in this tournament, so that's kind of a long shot. You have top amateur from the PGA Championship, Gordon Sargent. So that's another guy who's kind of following the Sam Bennett mode. You'd expect him to turn pro, sooner rather than later. Finau did have the 72-hole record last year at 262, and we've had several golfers shoot 63 on this course. Nate Lashley, 2019 first round. JT Poston, 2019 second round. Davis Thompson, 2021 first round. Cam Young, 2022 second round. And Tom Kim, the final round of last year's tournament. And to your pleasant surprise, Tony, this one will be televised. The weekend coverage will be on CBS, so will be Nance, Ian Baker Finch. So I know you're ready to watch after I feel like a couple week hiatus.
Yeah, dude. I do. I was thinking about this last night. I gotta like really sit down and watch this one, dude.
Yeah.
Which will I? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Saturday, I think, is gonna be a good sit down and watch day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we said, just give it 10, 15 minutes, 20, just give yourself some type of exposure. I think that's the whole thing here.
Okay, cool. I will, dude. You have my word.
So I know I've given you some time here to do some research, and very interested to see, anytime we have a tournament that's not a full field, it's not just like, oh, give me John Rahm. It is kind of interesting to see like where you're going with this
one. Honestly, dude, the last time there was a limited field of players, I believe I chose Keegan Bradley. So I think I'm gonna go with Bradley on a back-to-back here. I was thinking about it this morning, actually, in the car ride over too, how freaking hard it is to pick a winner for these tournaments, because you really just like
there's so many golfers,
dude. Yeah, so many golfers, so many variables, dude. And I just feel like, and then also like more often than not too, there's just some random guy or no name guy, or at least not as famous player who comes out on top. For example, like Keegan Bradley last week, I feel like, no one really saw that coming. So I would say give me Bradley this weekend, dude.
That will be unbelievable. If he goes back to back.
Yeah.
And I know, Tony, that you're never gonna expect this one coming.
Uh-oh.
I am gonna go with one of the stars of Full Swing. Everybody thinks he could use a little more confidence. He doesn't give himself enough credit. Give me Joel Damon and the bucket hat. Matthew smiling somewhere.
Yeah. Surprised you didn't go with JT, dude.
I just, like you said, was any of us in a million years going to pick Keegan Bradley last week?
No.
Sometimes you have to do it.
I know.
And I know that
sleeper.
Yep. And it's a tough tournament to pick one.
I'm gonna say Sepp Straka.
Wow.
Like that?
Pulling out a Sepp Straka.
Yeah, dude.
So a little tough here, but I think I am going to go with I wanted to say Sam Bennett, but it seems like it's not his time right now. So why the hell not go with Kramer Hickok?
Who's that guy?
You tell me.
Dude, Kramer's his first name?
With a K.
Professional golfer here. Looks like he's from Austin, Texas, 31 years old. Went to University of Texas at Austin. Just looking at his tour card here. No career wins. No wins this season. No top 10 finishes this season. Looks like he's had one runner-up over his career here. We'll get some of the results. This is this season, 22 events played. Top 25. Missed the cut 13 times. Made the cut only 9 times. 3 top 25 finishes here. You look at, I guess, his most recent, was the Travelers, where he was cut. Working on the back-to-back cut before that RBC Canadian Open. He was cut from Charles Schwab tied for 21st. Before that, cut Byron Nelson. Before that, tied 40th. Wells Fargo. Before that, cut at the Zurich Classic. Before that, 72nd. RBC. Before that, cut at Valero. Wow, you got a lot of cuts.
But doesn't that mean law of averages?
Yeah, I think so. Oh my good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cuts in a row.
That's how you know he's doing, Tony.
Yeah, dude.
A gettable course, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, doesn't it make sense?
Yeah, but don't you think, last weekend that Travelers was kind of a gettable
69
course.
though, 1 under. Charles Schwab though, gettable course, tied 21st.
Yeah,
there.
True.
No, obviously it it looks like he's going to lose his PGA Tour card with that type of.
You think so?
I mean, look at all those cuts. No top 10s. So
that's tough, dude.
He's due law of averages. So
still making a decent living for himself.
What's the paydays for this year? I should say it at the top.
Total winnings.
Oh, 638. But a win, I mean, that changes everything.
I know.
1.584.
That's pretty ridiculous, dude.
I know.
And he's made this much money so far.
So,
but you never know, dude.
You never, ever, Tony. No, I think
that would be crazy if we are in here Monday morning,
because it
or
goes,
Sunday at the Horseshoe, and he's playing. Even
it goes along the lines of the Harold Varner days.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
Recapping a win from him. And it is kind of crazy just how quick this season moves along. So, we got the Rocket Mortgage this week, John Deere Classic, July 6th to the 9th.
Nice.
And then the following week is the Open Championship at Royal St. Liverpool.
Wow. You going?
Across the ponds.
You could go, dude.
It's challenging with the time difference, so I have to say. I mean, tea times in the middle of the night when people are sleeping.
Oh.
But they find they do their encore presentation coverage as well as the live stuff. So that's all you can do.
You
right?
sound a little tight about it, dude.
Well, it's a major championship. I want as much exposure to it as possible. And if it's happening when I'm sleeping, I mean, how much am I really getting to watch of it?
I guess really none, dude.
Yeah. And then I guess the final days, they tee up later, the leaders. So maybe, 8:00 in the morning you could watch.
Mm-hmm.
But but what are you going to do? I mean, I think you have to keep it the way it is. The time difference is something you have to deal with.
You got to go there. That's what you got to do.
St. Andrew seems like a place to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't come around every so often. They probably have another 8 years till there's another one there.
All right. Well, you got time to plan then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have time to plan.
Yeah.
We have time to plan. But yeah, so we will talk more about this on Thursday when we get underway.
Oh yeah, dude.
But let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it, Yep.
And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right, dude. Here we go. Let's go. Recapping the Mets. A couple of comments I wanted to get to before we get into baseball here. Let's see what comments. Oh, for my mother here. She says, "Good morning, fellas. Good morning, Mom. You must be at work right now, Tuesday at 10:22 a.m. She says, "What's wrong, Aunt? The Mets are sucky?" Question mark. Yes, Mom. The Mets are not having a great time, really at all, if that any. Just pulling up the stats from the game here last night. But they did lose 2-1 to the Brewers. And now, excuse me. Brewers 2. Do I put that in there? My bad. Mets 1, dude. So bang. Brewers 2, Mets 1. Mets kind of blew this game late, but we'll get into it. You'll get the box score here. We had Verlander on the mound against Rhea. Mind you, Rhea, both pitchers here have above a 4 ERA. Obviously, you know about Verlander. We know what I said yesterday where I thought, the Mets will continue to have some offensive, bouts here throughout, like they've been, throughout the past couple of weeks. And then I was like, Verlander, probably have a good game. Limit the Brewers to 2-1. Mets could win it like 6-2, whatever the score I said yesterday. Which, I was kind of half right there in terms of Verlander. I mean, you look at it, Verlander, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, only 5 Ks, but didn't give up any earned runs. He didn't give up any home runs, but was so incredibly, I guess not inconsistent, but just had trouble with command. I kind of caught this game. I was here at the studio doing Gaming Corner till about I don't know what time it was, like 8:30, maybe 9. I get home, whatever, dude. But I catch literally right after the 5th inning. So I don't watch a whole ton of Verlander, but I'm like, oh, 5th inning, let's check the game. It's 1-0. I'm like, oh, dude, this is great. Verlander must be dealing right now. And I look at the box score here, and I'm like, wow, like 100 pitches he's had already. Like they're not probably gonna put him back in. So kind of blew it in the sense of that. I know. I mean, again, you can't really blame Buck for that because 100 pitches is pretty high, especially for a man of Justin's age. But I mean, hey, you look at the play-by-play here, which I'm opening up right now, and you look at some of the first at bat. Let's say, for example, Justin Verlander on the mound, pitching on top of the first. Christian Yelich, leadoff hitter, right away struggling with command. 2 4-seam fastballs that are out of the zone for balls. Then finds one in the zone, then another ball, and then gives up a single. So like right away, it's like a 5-pitch at bat. He gives up a double to Rowdy Tellez. Fucking Rowdy Tellez, dude. Walks Adames. And then, 2 groundouts to end the inning. And that was the first inning. So it was kind of like, I think he threw like almost 20 pitches in the first inning. Really seemed like he again, like was not settled in, struggled to find the strike zone here. Again, like he didn't get a strikeout at all in the first inning. Got his first strikeout in the second inning, struck out Perkins looking, but it was still a 6-pitch at bat. He was just not efficient at all last night, which obviously, resulted in, driving his pitch count up, pulled in the 5th inning. What do the Mets do? They bring in, Drew Smith, and we'll get to that. Before that happened in the 5th, what you did see, though, was the Mets scoring. It actually was a sac fly RBI by Francisco Lindor, and that was the bottom of the first, which made 4th, not the first, the 4th, Brian, which made it a 1-0 game. But other than that, I mean, there was absolutely no offense from the Mets at all. Fast forward to what we were coming back to now. Drew Smith in the game kind of blows it here. So you look at the inning he comes in, which was comes in for the 5th. Sorry, comes in for the 6th. And I guess he starts out okay. I mean, Winker's up. He gives up a single off of a 4-seam fastball that's, high up in the zone, but that's fine. Urias flies out and then strikes out Perkins, on a 95 mile-an-hour 4-seam fastball that was kind of like inside, jammed up a little bit. And then at that point, Wiener comes up. I started a joke there, Brian. But 4-seam fastball. Yeah. So again, we know about Drew Smith. He loves the fastball. It's really all he throws predominantly. And it tops out at about 96, maybe 97. But the one thing he struggles with a lot.
Not me.
Wow. That's really good.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah, you stupid bitch.
Wow.
ESPN, dude, really blowing it, huh?
Yeah, apparently so.
Stupid, dude. Anyway. Oh, yeah. All right. So 6th inning, right? I'm with Drew Smith here. Wiener home run, 4-seam fastball. Again, it's just like the same story with Drew Smith, where he doesn't locate his fastball. It's over the middle of the plate, and he just makes a mistake, which causes, obviously, the Mets the lead, ultimately the game. And it's just an absolute atrocity because, the bullpen just once again kind of blows it. Even honestly, Ottavino came in. He didn't look great. Of course, he didn't give any runs or anything. But you look at his inning. Calls it a ground out. Dude, are you fucking kidding me right now?
It's like the ghost of Refer or something.
Like, what even is this? Like, why is this playing?
That honestly used to happen to me all the time. I used to get tell you.
Fucking stupid asses at ESPN. So anyway, Ottavino, even his inning wasn't great. It's just like no one's looking good, honestly. Yeah, the bullpen. Really, of course, other than Robertson, I guess, who came in the ninth. Thankfully, Buck decided to use him in a tight spot. But it didn't really matter anyway because Williams came in pitching for Milwaukee to close the game out, and he's a really good closer. He came in after Hader was kind of blowing it, and they trade Hader, and he was a setup man for Hader.
Right. I told you though.
Yeah.
Remember, I was saying that was the guy the Mets should look into at the time.
And obviously they didn't. So
right. But he's nasty.
He's so nasty.
Ridiculous.
Comes in the ninth, Lindor grounds out immediately. Alonso grounds out, and then Vogelback fouled out. And talk about efficiency. I mean, 2 pitch at bats. Each of those at bats were 2 pitches. So it's like, he just knew exactly. He comes in with the plan, executes that plan, and nothing crazy, nothing showy, but gets the win for the Brewers. And it's just really a shame, dude, because the pitching for the Mets kind of sucked. I think I forget the stat. Let me just look how many at bats there were for the Brewers. So there was 34 at bats. I think Mets pitchers last night only threw like 13 first pitch strikes over 34 at bats. So again, Verlander just did not have his location. Drew Smith obviously didn't, even out of Vino. It was just like the pitchers just did not get off on the right foot already. They were just starting out batters, down in the count here, on the wrong side. And on top of that, I mean, you look at the Mets offense, they were just nowhere to be found. I mean, Nimmo 0 for 4 in the leadoff spot. Marte was 1 for 4. Lindor was, 1 for 3 with the sac fly RBI. Alonso, though, 0 for 4. Vogelback, 0 for 4. Pham, 0 for 3. McNeil, 0 for 3. Alvarez, 0 for 3. Beatty was just 1 for 1 with a walk. And Rhea, by the way, the pitcher for the Brewers, I think had reached 6.
Tony's about to flip out. How cheap is that guy, by the way?
You don't like Jeff Goldblum?
That's his name?
Yeah. I think he's
every time it's like
I know the commercials are
Well,
they bore
there
it,
you go.
But he's got like a long list of good movies he's been a part of, dude.
Who's saying facts? OAGCT? Facts.
Oh, that's what?
Well, your mother said.
Oh, Matsusaki. Yeah, I got that already.
Matsusaki.
He's probably
that's
one of my students
Mets fan?
from Sacred Heart. I don't think so, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think. He never said he was to me. So yeah, Rhea has reached 6 innings once this season. An ERA well above 4, and he goes 6 1/3, only gives up 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 1 walk.
Yeah,
and it's like
his ERA after that's 4.57. So
yeah.
going in, he's over 4.7.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like again, this guy has only reached 6 innings once this season.
Right.
So it's like, how do you not figure out a way to hit him? I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, dude. Like it's a little ridiculous, I think. And at this point, you look at how the offense looked in terms of who was even really, giving you offense. Obviously Vogelback kind of had an uptick in production. So did Tommy Pham recently, but it seems like they're back to their old ways, obviously. McNeil and Nimmo have seemingly just been silent for some time to come. And it just sucks, dude. The Mets has had like one of the worst Junes in baseball.
Franchise history too, or maybe not?
Oh no, like this season.
But
I don't know about franchise history. It's got to be up there. They haven't won a series yet in June.
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty piss poor as we're 27 days into June. And it's just like a total dumpster fire. I mean, your pitching isn't good. You had no offense last night. And you couldn't score. You scored 1 run on a sac fly RBI. Like, you couldn't get anything going. Like, it's ridiculous. It really is. Like, it's so pathetic against a shitty starter for a shitty team like Milwaukee. That can't even produce offense themselves.
Right.
So it's really stupid and annoying. And but obviously we just kind of knew this was going to come anyway. So,
the legend, Renee Viviano, with the iced coffee.
Iced coffee, very important. She still has her iced coffee from yesterday here. But yeah, that's it, bro. That's all I got for you over there.
I guess your student wants you to attend a game and give them some good luck.
First, you need to attend a game. Oh, dude, you know what? I would honestly like really love to attend a game. But it's tough, dude. I mean, am I really gonna go there and pay money and kind of dedicate my time? I mean, I kind of would really like to go to a game, so I'd be down. But I mean, I don't know how much good luck I'll bring them, dude.
Are you in full sell mode now?
I mean, at this point, you kind of have to be.
Yeah.
Because nothing's good. No, really. I mean, really, like nothing is good. I mean, you're playing a shitty Milwaukee team that you really should be able to take care of. You're 8 games now, I think, under 500.
Yep.
Obviously, season low for the Mets this year. And it just obviously it just seems like too much. I mean, the season's over. Like the season has to be over now. Like it's been over, obviously, but it's definitely over now. Like there's no way you're coming back from this. There's no way you can consistently come back from this, even if you go on some ridiculous tear, even if you make some good moves at the trade deadline, even if like Scherzer and Verlander just seem like they're on it and they become 2 aces, even if you get, Quintana back and he comes out firing, you have to rely on a ton of teams to also not do well at this point. Like, it's not even in your control anymore. So at this point, you got to be a seller at the trade deadline. You got to move mad bodies, I feel.
You know who I think will fetch more than what he's worth to you at this point because he's older? I mean, it's like, what is he going to – I don't know. Wait, first of all, Robertson was a 2-year contract?
Yeah.
So that's what I think. And I think given the numbers, I think you could actually fetch a decent return for him. Versus a guy like him, he's going to – oh, it was a 1 year?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. It was 1 year. I thought it was 2.
Okay.
Maybe just –
But even, no commitments for the other team next year. But to get something back for that, I think would be huge.
Yeah.
I also think you trade out of Vino as well.
Yeah. I don't know what you get for him, though.
I mean, relievers are value. You're gonna get something, and something is better than nothing. And other than Edwin Diaz, I mean, I'm sure you're in favor of having a completely new bullpen next year.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, it would be nice, I guess, maybe to keep Robertson if we could, but I mean,
you had to re-sign him anyway. So why wouldn't you just trade him?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. And then you imagine Diaz come back, and I feel like you have enough pitchers. If like in your minors leagues, you got those 2 guys from LA too.
Right.
Bound that one of them will be good to throw in the bullpen and be reliable, I feel, right? It has to be. So, yeah, man. I mean, you got to really completely retool. And like, I want to see like everyone go, really. Like, other than really like Alonso and Lindor, even. Because, I mean, no one's really going to take
the contract. I don't think the pitchers you could really – no one's going to fully take the contract.
No.
And at that point, why –
it's not worth it, dude. So
McNeil? Trade him?
I mean, it's so tough because it's an off year for him. And, you look at him winning the batting title last year, and he really is a good second baseman. So I would honestly be more inclined to get Nimmo out of there. And you just sign him to a big contract.
Was it 7 years, 9 years,
I think it was
6
9
years? 9 years and trade him right now. Wow.
I mean, dude. The mistakes he's made on a type of contract.
279, 8 home runs.
Oh my gosh, Sport Track, dude.
8 years.
8 years, 162 million.
Wow, to just bail on Nimmo already.
I mean, you think about the significant fall from grace from last season. I mean, one of the biggest things I talked about was his improvement as a center fielder, and he's blown it, dude. He's several times this season, like not even just like one hiccup, like several times he has misread a ball in the outfield. Not to mention he sucks the leadoff spot right now. The only thing I like about him is that like sometimes he gets aggressive on like a first pitch of his at bat and he's able to get a hit. Other than that, I mean, if he swings and misses that first pitch, it seems like he's just going to strike out.
Now we just talked about this yesterday, so it's a full sell. But if Soto comes into play, then you're all in on it still.
Yeah. I don't think we're Juan Soto away from like winning the World Series or anything.
No, but I'm just saying as your future foundation piece, like center point of the franchise.
That would be, yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I just, Robertson on Vino, I know you could trade.
Drew Smith is going to be worthless. The rest of everyone else in your bullpen really is.
Maybe if Quintana has a couple good starts, when is he coming back?
I don't know. I mean, last I heard, he's been doing rehab starts, and his return was imminent. kind of update. This is 14 hours ago. Likely headed for more rehab starts before making debut. It says.
Wow.
Oh, getting called out.
Yeah, I feel like she just called me out just because I'm always like asking these random questions, catching her off guard. But it's all right, Renee. I see how it is.
So within the next week or two, it doesn't sound like he will return within the next 2 weeks. So
yeah, that might be tough.
After the All-Star break,
Would
obviously.
you trade Senga?
Yeah, probably.
I
mean, come on, dude. I don't think you're allowed to trade. I think
No, you could trade him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this isn't basketball's like that, but even we would be
575
at that point.
There was no trade clause. Something. That's a good 5-year right.
Not many people have no trade clauses anymore.
Sega's contract also has a no trade protection and an opt-out clause in the 2025 season as per the Athletic. So there we go.
Now I know this is a little much, and you're just going to say no right away.
No. What is it?
Huge package, Alonzo. Would you do it?
I mean, what is the package, Brian?
Well, prospects aren't my specialty, but let's just say, for hypothetical sense, you have a team's top 5 prospects, and 2 of those guys are in the top 50 in the major leagues.
2 guys in the top where?
50 of all
50
baseball,
of all
and
baseball.
then the team's top 5 prospects, let's say 3 position players and 2 pitchers.
Is there like a good first baseman involved there?
Yeah.
We're talking like a Freddie Freeman type of guy.
Yeah, but obviously hasn't reached the majors yet, but first round pick.
4 guys total?
5.
5 guys total.
2 pitchers, starters. Everybody under 23 years old and under.
I mean, it sounds great. Yeah.
No, I just wasn't sure if there was like something where it's like, he needs to be at the forefront type of deal.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm all for Pete Alonso. I think he's a great guy, a great clubhouse player. Obviously has a great bat, but his average is low. And again, he's someone who's also made some mistakes around the bases. Like, he's not like the best look here. And again, like you're kind of promising me,
gold.
Yeah. So like why, like how, I mean, that's like something you can start your team on right there. If you getting rid of Alonso,
imagine like the Dodgers, like get some of their prospects.
That would be sick, dude.
And then you put him in that lineup.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
It was funny. I think you might have liked it or something, but on Twitter, somebody Fireside Yankees or whatever suggested, Yankees might pursue Marte. Yeah, no. They really want to pursue Marte.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if the Mets are going to eat 80% of the contract.
Yeah, but you got to give us McKinney, obviously.
You're tight on McKinney, dude. Couldn't hit a lick with the Mets, right?
Yeah, couldn't hit a lick with the Mets,
balls
dude.
Left and right in the outfield.
Ridiculous.
Oh man, it is. People don't like the casual person, Tony, I think doesn't realize how tough it is to be a sports fan. I know you're going to say, specifically a Mets fan, but no matter what, I think you were.
I mean, it's tough to be a fan for a lot of teams that do poor.
But just in general, no matter what team you're a fan, because it's just so hard to win.
Yeah,
it's
really is
very, very hard. So, I would think a lot of trades are going to be made, and the whole thing is that cupboard is bare in the minors, and they need it restocked.
And I don't know, man. I mean, it feels like you're also kind of set up since you're kind of retooling and you're selling to get a new GM, to get a new manager. So
people, who was it? I don't know if it was, I think it was BT was saying to call Girardi, call Bobby V, or promote Carlos Beltran. I mean, I feel like you probably want Beltran or no?
I mean, again, like obviously we know what Bobby V's about.
Drinking.
Yeah. And then Girardi obviously didn't have a great stint over there in Philadelphia. So,
but has won one before.
He has won one before
in New York.
Yes.
Would want to stick it to the Yankees. There would be extra motivation.
Right. I don't know, dude. I think he's going to be tough. I feel like there's been a lot of talk of him not being that liked.
Girardi.
Yeah.
So Beltran then, no?
I guess so, yeah.
Beltran and David Stearns.
I know, but again, it's just like we tried to have Beltran before, and it's just like come on, dude.
But I don't know. I mean, it's not
Luis Rojas, dude. I know. It's just, I don't want to. I really just don't want to see Beltran again at the podium, getting the jersey. I'm just like, oh my god.
So who do you
dude.
want to see?
I
Bob
don't
Melvin?
know, dude. Bob Melvin.
If he gets canned from San Diego.
Who the fuck is the guy who Cardinals?
Schultz?
Schultz, is it Schultz?
Mike Schultz?
Mike Schultz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Schultz, dude.
He is coaching somewhere, but as an assistant.
Yeah, so like, come on.
That was actually a couple years ago already, right?
That the
he got
Cardinals
fired.
canned him? I thought it was last year or into last season, maybe. Yeah, so maybe it was a couple of years ago.
Interim third base coach for the Padres.
Wow, interim,
54 years old.
Yeah, manager 2021 season for St. Louis. Yeah, I think it'd be good.
So that's your top choice, Mike Schultz.
I guess right now. I mean, talk about people who've been around
with David Stearns or no?
Sure.
Yeah. Or do you think it seems like he's not interested, but you think possibly Cohen, as desperate as he is to win, will just give Theo whatever he wants, even if it's $50 million a season?
Probably, but I feel like Theo just doesn't want it, dude.
$50 million a year, though? You don't think he would want it?
I don't think. I just think he just doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to do it at all. No.
Your mother wants to know, why are the Mets doing so bad? Manager, coaching.
Mom, she said she was on the phone, by the way. She said that, what did I miss? Well, it's a little bit of everything, really. Again, it just seems like that this team was assembled with an idea that using old pitchers could work, relying on certain players from last season who did well could work. When in reality, it was just a loaded gun. What's the phrase?
Loaded gun.
Not a loaded gun. It's like a phrase, whatever. It's a phrase meaning like it was just waiting to explode, basically. Okay. Like it was a ticking time bomb. Yeah. Sure. Let's go with that. And it's just like nothing's good. It's just a fundamentally unsound baseball team. On top of that, assembled wrong by the general manager, managed a little poorly here by Buck. And on top of that, I mean, no one is performing, last night being a phenomenal example where the Mets should have absolutely tattooed Ray. And they didn't. They just didn't perform at the plate. And by some miracle, you still only gave up 2 runs. So my mother says, stupid. You can't go back. So yeah, it's tough. I mean, you gotta just again, like I think I mean, I'm all down for having an owner like Cohen where he's like, hey, like I'd rather like assess situations and figure out what we can do to get better before making any moves. But I think now's the time to start firing people.
Yeah.
2 months ago, I guess really, yeah. Let's say the middle of May was time to be able to sit back and relax and maybe see what we can do.
Nobody's relaxing.
But you've had the worst month in baseball. Like,
yeah.
So it's like now it's pretty obvious, like, hey, like this is not going to go away. This is not going to fix itself. It's not, like we have one guy not performing well. It's like multiple facets of your game that are piss poor. So there's gonna be a lot of changes that have to be made, unfortunately. But you never know. I mean, you can maybe capture lightning in a bottle, Brian, with a couple of managerial moves, maybe help some clubhouse attitudes. So you never know.
You seem very optimistic, Tony.
No. I mean, come on, dude. Like, what do you want, man? This is it, dude. It's over. Like
I really I almost feel bad for Buck. I feel like he's losing it.
Yeah, I think he is losing
He seems delirious at the podium.
Yeah, I think he hasn't he's having a tough time dealing with it, it seems, because he's just getting asked the same questions over and over, and nothing's gone right for the Mets. Nothing's gone right for him. And obviously, but again, you rewind to when he was first hired. Everyone talked about how he never really won anything, could never get there. It was always like, he would assemble a good team, but couldn't get over the hump to win in the playoffs. And people like really ridiculed him because of that. And here we are where it seems like everyone else besides Buck seems to be right. And it sucks, dude, because I was watching last night's game, honestly, and it was a really fun game to watch because it was so close. I think City Field had about like 36,000 people in there too. So pretty solid. Wow, my mother. At least we admit it when we suck, not like those Yankee fans.
It feels like we're going back to last year with this stuff.
Yeah, dude.
But I don't think that's really true. I mean, I think there's plenty of footage of me talking about the Yankees
Of
sucking.
you. Yeah.
So
there are fans out there in denial, though.
Usually, I mean, it's almost the same thing with the Mets. I know it's
Yeah.
different. You're accustomed to it, whatever. But it's like when it's bad, like you're going to hear it from both sides, I think, honestly.
No, yeah.
No one's hiding behind anything. There's
Yeah.
no charades going on.
No. Only if you're Buck and Boone.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll have to see what the next steps are here. So Yankees off last night, beginning a 3-game series in Oakland tonight, a 9:40. You're going to get Paul Blackburn pitching for Oakland versus Johnny Brito. Blackburn, no record, 4.21 ERA. Brito, 4-3, 5.09, but coming off that strong start against the Mariners last time out, where he pitched 5 2/3 scoreless innings, only giving up 2 hits. Potentially his last start for the foreseeable future with Carlos Rodon's return imminent. The Yankees are on a 4-game losing streak on the road, 18-16 overall, and obviously those last 3 games coming at Fenway Park. And you look at the last 10 games, the A's are 1-9, hitting 195. With an ERA of 4.96, outscored by 29 runs. Yankees better, but not that much better. 4-6 with a 1.96 batting average and a 4.19 ERA, outscored by 21 runs. They've managed to score 5 runs once in their past 5 games. But after sweeping the A's in the early part of May at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees looking to do the same here in Oakland, and I believe this sets up a very good opportunity. Playing a team that is 40 under 500 before the freaking All-Star break, which is something we haven't been able to say too much. I think this is a scenario, despite the recent struggles, where I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed if they don't sweep this, and I think they're gonna. I think this is the perfect atmosphere for Rizzo, for Stanton, for LeMahieu, for even godforsaken Josh Donaldson to have a good series. And you have Herman and Sears tomorrow. So the former teammates matching up before the former minor league teammates, if I'm not mistaken, in Clark Schmidt and James Caprillion face off in the Thursday matinee game at 3:37. But in terms of tonight, I think, as Tony would say, offense early and often going against Paul Blackburn. I think Johnny Brito gets one more out here and goes actually 6 scoreless innings against the A's. Bullpen could take him the rest of the way. Won't be close, though. I'm going to say at the end of the day, this is a 8-3 victory over the Oakland A's.
I like it, dude. What? You're gonna be a little upset if Brito has like a great outing and then he ends up getting pulled out of the rotation, or
no.
What if Rodon comes back and he sucks?
That's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
No. Lights out, fired up, pumping his chest. All right.
All right.
By the way, you're up 28-24 after last night.
4 games up. All right. I guess it's nice. All right, tonight, dude, we are back in the saddle, as they say. It's actually Brewers at Mets, 7:05 SNY. Game 2 here of, I think, a 4-game set, I believe I said yesterday. Yes, it is. And so far, after last night's game, now the Brewers are 4-0 against the Mets this season. Have you heard it on the mound tonight for the Mets, dude?
No, who's on the mound?
David Peterson, dude.
David Peterson. How long has it been since he's pitched?
Oh my god, dude. I'd have to look that up, dude. It's got to be like 2 months, dude. I feel
2 months in the minor leagues.
Dude, his last start in the majors, 5/15, May 15th.
Wow.
So May, June. So over like it's been 5 weeks, dude. And that start, by the way, was a loss against Washington, where he lasted 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 5 Ks. Dude, I haven't even heard from him much in the minors, to be honest.
I don't think he's lighting it up, if I'm not mistaken.
There's no way, dude. And you'll get that, way back in second week of May here. Some of his starts here, let's see. You got 27 earned runs over 5 starts. Against some pretty poor teams like Cincinnati before they were heating up, Washington, obviously, the Giants when they were sucking in late April. So it's kind of tough to imagine that David Peterson is going to come out here against Milwaukee, facing I guess one of their best pitchers in Julio Teheran, 1.53 ERA.
Mets should have some familiarity with him.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially, in previous years when he was with LA. Actually, I haven't really followed him. I didn't even realize he was doing so well this season, but only 6 starts.
Yeah, he was coming off an injury, I believe.
Yeah. But you look at his last few starts here, just recently, Arizona, 5 innings, no earned runs. Pittsburgh, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Oakland, 7 innings, 1 earned run. So putting up some good numbers against a, struggling team. It's just so tough, honestly, who to go with. I could honestly see Peterson having like one of his one-off good starts.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the Mets maybe having some good offense. Oh God, dude. No, I'm gonna give me the Brewers, I guess, tonight. I think Peterson gets popped the last maybe 3 or 4 innings. I just have to go into the bullpen.
Higher draft pick at this point?
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt. I mean, you could use them. Right?
I would say give me the Brewers here, maybe like 5-2, 5-3.
Wow. I didn't expect the lows of low.
I know, dude. It's tough. I mean, come on. How much confidence do you have in Peterson? And the second we get to the Mets bullpen here, how much confidence do you have in that?
I know. I guess I guess what I'm saying is I'm anticipating just a surprise just because, it's been a while.
I know. That's what I would think, dude. But I don't know. I think the Mets are like 19-19 at home on a 3-game home losing streak right now.
Yeah. No, it's a tough spot. I don't think I'm going to take this game, but I just thought of this because I had picked him up in advance of his call up. But did you see the Orioles promoted top shortstop prospect Jordan Westberg yesterday?
No, I did not.
Familiar with him?
No, not really.
24 years old. I believe he had like maybe even 17 home runs at AAA. If you want to go to those baseball reference stats.
Let's see. This season, you said 17 home runs?
What do we got? Norfolk, 18 home runs.
Wow, dude.
295 was had his first major league hit yesterday, though 1 for 4 in 5 plate appearances. So,
I like that.
Given the struggles of Jorge Mateo, the Birds deciding to call up their top shortstop prospect, and I mean, it's amazing, Tony, how quickly the Baltimore Orioles have turned into this powerhouse from seemingly nowhere, from seemingly no hope, from seemingly in a situation that's not that different from where the Mets feel right now, honestly.
Yeah, especially like I don't know. I feel like yeah. I mean, I guess I like that illusion, but I mean, I don't know. Baltimore kind of like. I mean, they struck hot, I feel. And isn't who's the guy up? Is it Mullins is injured? And
Mullins just came back.
Oh, Mullins just came back?
Yep.
But the guy who was up for Mullins was even really good too.
Aaron Hicks.
Was it? It was Hicks in for Mullins?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's going to stay on the team. He's hitting
God,
284 with 4 home runs, slugging 537 since coming over from the Yankees.
That's ridiculous, dude.
I
mean, come on, who would have thought that?
You got Austin Hayes hitting over 300 with 8 homers. Ryan Mountcastle, 11 homers, 39 RBIs. Anthony Santander slugging 500, 14 homers, 47 RBIs. Adley Rutschman, 10 homers, 34 RBIs. Gunnar Henderson, the rookie third baseman, 11 homers, 27 RBIs, and he's had a hot streak recently. Mullins missed that time, but he still has 8 homers, 40 RBIs, stolen 13 bases. So this is a deep offensive team, and I think they've gotten better than expected pitching, and I think they would be a team too that you would think would look to add, some impact players at the deadline.
Yeah. Oh my God, are you kidding me? And especially for them to bolster just a little bit. I mean, they're going to be a threat in the playoffs.
The bullpen with Cano and Batista, is
Wow.
ridiculous. I think, like I kind of alluded to already, the starting pitching just being the weak point. I guess your ace is either Tyler Wells or Kyle Gibson. You do also have Dean Creamer. So maybe, Tony, you could entice them to take on either Verlander or Scherzer.
You think they would?
Potentially. Do you know if either of them has a no trade?
I don't believe either of them do.
Which one would you rather move?
That's a tough question. It's a really tough question. I guess Verlander.
Yeah.
I just feel like for the Verlander, I mean, nothing has really stood out to me. Like, I think he has that 1 7-inning start.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, you'll get what Scherzer did in the month of May. He pitched really well in May, and you just look at the numbers. And I feel like Scherzer is a little bit more adaptable, than Verlander. But I mean, honestly, they're both pretty just like, what are we doing?
Yeah. No, I see it. I see it coming, Tony, from a mile away. So all of that being said, Tony, I am gonna go.
I forgot we were still picking.
I'm gonna go with the Houston Astros over the Cardinals. Monty versus Valdez. Firsthand from when they played them how good Valdez is. You think he's kind of sneaking in some sticky stuff?
Framber?
Yeah.
He's
always going to the pants, going to the hat.
It's actually pretty funny you mentioned that because his start against Verlander against the Mets, he kept doing some weird shit. And he was like absolutely lights out too. Like he pitched, like Scherzer had a great outing, Verlander had a great outing. And Valdez outpitched him, and I think he kept doing. I forget what he kept doing. He kept going to either
the hat.
I think it was
sure
the
it's
hat.
The hat.
Yeah.
So and then like the full like.
So, I think maybe he needs to get checked out, and he did get checked that game. But it's just like, and especially all the nonsense about how the Mets, the sweat and the rosin, you're out. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I think he should get checked, dude.
And Houston slight favorites on the road here, -120. So I'm gonna say the final score in this one. I think Framber shuts down the Cardinals, who have lost 2 out of 3 here. Just won their last game against Chicago. Astros have won 3 out of 5.
That's a good pick.
Astros needing every win they can get. So I'm going to say in this one, the offense just hasn't been there without Alvarez. So give me Houston here, 3-1 over the Cardinals.
I like it, dude. My next pick, and I've been kind of picking every time he starts, basically.
Ohtani.
No, not Ohtani.
Wow.
Another LA team though. Kershaw pitching here for the Dodgers in Colorado here against a nice young Connor Siebold, who's had some trouble here. I saw him recently get popped by the Braves. Excuse me. I think he gave up like 10 earned runs or something.
Wow.
Young dude, 27 though. So we know about that, and I just feel like Freddie Freeman's gonna be all over that, dude. Talk about, getting popped by the Braves, going to LA, seeing Freddie Freeman get popped again.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, batting average, 317, slugging 549, 48 ribbies, and 14 home runs in the season. That's pretty great, dude.
And he's 34?
Yeah, he's got to be 34, 33, maybe. 33 still. So give me the Dodgers, I think. Kershaw throwing a gem. You'll get that. His season, 2.72 ERA, just recently fanned the Angels for 7 innings, no earned runs, only 2 walks. Like, It's amazing that some guys, in the older part of their career, like Kershaw is like 36, I think, can still.
I don't know if he's just not interested in going anywhere else, but it doesn't seem like he's got a lot of interest in that.
No.
But do you think it's just that he didn't want to go? They were talking about the Rangers last season.
No, yeah, I remember that, but I just think he doesn't want to leave LA.
Yeah,
he's gonna retire there. It's
yeah,
it, dude.
Yeah.
So I'd say give me the Dodgers here winning. I think it's gonna get a little ugly here as they win 8-1.
8-1. Wow.
8-1, buddy.
So I know you're gonna be tight about this, but I have to take the Angels and Ohtani.
Wow, dude.
I know it doesn't work every time, but
they almost lost it last night, buddy.
They almost did, but they didn't. Michael Kopech, we've talked about the improved performance on the mound this season. And Ohtani, in terms of when he's been on the mound, the Angels have won 4 out of their last 6 games.
Nice.
But they did lose last start when he couldn't have done anything else other than get some runs for himself. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. So clearly showing to be one of the best pitchers in the major leagues.
So
and I think against a White Sox lineup that, like many of the teams around the league, have struggled to produce consistent offense, I think they will struggle to do that tonight. And obviously, the Angels right in the middle of this pennant race, hanging on to Ohtani, wanting to make some noise, finally return to the playoffs for the first time. I believe it's 9 years, Tony, 2014.
Really? Yeah, it's 9 years.
Wild card series, or I guess a division series.
Yeah.
The Trout's only exposure to the postseason.
So sad.
Right now, they are percentage points behind the Astros for second place in the American League West. And just part of this jumbled up mess for the American League wild card, but only a half game behind Toronto for that third and final. So going to do everything they can. A win here will be big, of course. I think Ohtani, give him 10 strikeouts, give him 6 1/3, and give the Angels a 6-1 victory over the White Sox.
Wow. They're pretty good. Did you see that they had I think it was a walk-off wild pitch last night?
No.
For the Angels to win?
Do we have the footage?
Not readily available, but I could probably find it right now, dude. The Angels walk off. I think, and it was the second time this season, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
MLB film room. Gonna have an ad probably. Blowing it, dude. Let's see. Bear with me here. Angels walk off. Wild pitch. There it is. There's the ad. What's the ad for? Taylor Swift is in it. Capital One, dude.
No, the concert tickets are worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. I guess they dropped Samuel Jackson, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I told you Moustakas was
mute this.
Newly acquired Mike Moustakas,
dude. Yeah. Let's see here.
Aaron Bummer on the hill.
It's gonna be a bummer in a second, dude.
And that's it.
Yeah, just like that, dude.
Wow.
Kind of embarrassing. Second time this season for the Angels, excuse me. And I think like first time since like I don't even know how long that it's happened twice in one season for a team.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is, dude.
You know what I'm confused about too? Not to interrupt you here.
No, yeah.
I just really am. I don't know who's going to be left out of this wild card race in the American League. I don't know. Like who's fading back? I know we went over this the other day.
Yeah, dude, I can tell you who's fading.
Is the cutoff line the Angels in your mind? Like the Red Sox, Mariners, Guardians? You think they're all out of it?
I don't know. I feel like the Red Sox could kind of make a little run for it.
Yeah.
Even the Mariners, honestly. I mean, Luis Castillo pitched a nice gem last night too. Guardians, I feel would most likely be out.
But they could win the division.
Oh, the Guardians can. That's right.
Yeah.
They probably will win the division.
Yeah, I mean the Twins hanging on by a thread.
Oh my God, yeah. That's mad funny, actually. Yeah, the Angels. I don't know, dude. I don't know if the Angels would. I don't think
they need a big acquisition.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe Marcus Stroman from the Cubs.
That would be sick. I feel like he's trying to move.
Yeah, I mean the Cubs 5.5 games out of the third wild card spot.
How would you feel about Javi Baez going over to the Angels?
Like, do they need Javi Baez?
I don't know. I mean, I remember you talking about him a couple of weeks ago. Change the scenery, maybe.
No, but I'm saying I think the Angels have enough offense. I think they just need pitching.
Would they score 2 runs last night?
Yeah, but
Walk off wild pitch.
Think about it just off the top of your head. I mean, Trout, I think he's going through a little slump right now.
Yes.
But you have him, you have Ohtani.
Right.
Rendon is injured.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah, he's all
12
right.
home runs. Brandon Drury has 13 home runs. Urshela's out for the year. Taylor Ward has 9 home runs. They just acquired Mike Moustakas.
How much confidence do you have from him, dude? Honestly, he did okay, right, with the Brewers?
Yeah, but I just feel like he hasn't been like really, really good. Yeah, I guess they could use another bat, but I don't think Baez, Tony, is the answer, though. You know,
cheap,
what I mean?
dude.
What's that?
Could be cheap.
I mean, I guess if the other team's gonna pay the contracts.
Yeah. The Reds last season,
but it's been a while since Moustakas has been an impact bat.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean,
35 homers in 2019.
He's got 271 average this season.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
At Coors, though,
17 RBIs, only 4 home runs. Wow.
Imagine if
35 home runs in 2019 for the Brewers.
Maybe they could pick up Alonso.
That was their what? Who?
The Angels.
The Angels.
Impact bat.
Ohtani.
Well, you don't get Alonso to trade Ohtani.
I know. They how could they? What would they give us to get?
You know who's an interesting one? Josh Naylor. Possibly.
They did just get Eduardo Escobar, dude. Think about that.
Yeah, but that was a mistake, obviously.
I mean, he's a good defensive third baseman. Good clubhouse guy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he's like 33 years old, 32, I think.
Escobar?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was even older. He's been around a long time.
I know. It's I guess I forgot that. 24, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Was with the Twins for a while.
Yeah, he was in the Twins 2012 to 2017. Minnesota, Arizona for a little bit, Milwaukee for a season, obviously the Mets for 2 seasons.
People were throwing this around. I'm not in favor of it. I know the numbers have been better. I was just thinking about like trade deadline guys.
Mm-hmm.
Bellinger for the Yankees. I mean, I know the lefty, but look at the numbers. I know they're not him hitting his 165 anymore, but I don't think it's enough to warrant. Especially, I mean, I think Billy McKinney, I know it's a smaller sample size, but I think he's outperformed him. No, I mean, that doesn't pop off to anything. I mean, I know it's only a 1-year contract. Probably don't have to give up much. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, look at those last couple of years before that.
I know the couple of years before that is just
he is only 27.
Dude.
I understand that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, you saw a pretty significant uptick of play here, in Chicago.
Yeah, but is that? I think that's mediocre.
Yeah, but I mean, again, compare 2021 and batting average was 165.
But that's
210 last year. He's batting 254 this season. Slugging 450. He's got 22 RBIs already. I don't know. I think that's pretty solid.
I mean, it's another option, I guess, but
I mean, it's nowhere near like him hitting 47 home runs.
But it's the
whole 2019.
I just feel like it's too similar to like other acquisitions we've had recently. And
yeah,
I know there is a realm of it where he comes in, he hits a bunch of home runs over the porch, and ends up working out really well. It's just been a while since somebody's made that impact. But look at Billy McKinney, the 4 home runs. How many less at bats has he had than fucking
Cody Bellinger? This season 53 at bats. Cody Bellinger 169.
I mean, give me Billy McKinney all day.
But I mean, does that work in Bellinger's favor or McKinney's favor?
McKinney's favor.
You think so with those again? You would imagine. You think he keeps up that average for 170 at bats?
Power wise, I think Bellinger. Bellinger is Yelich at this point.
He is literally.
Yeah. So, but it seems like you're trying to sell me on that it would be a good idea.
I think so. I don't think McKinney's gonna keep that up.
Huh?
I think he's gonna be batting. Might be batting 200 next month.
I don't know. I guess I was just so scarred on Bellinger looking ripped and hitting 160 the last couple of years.
Oh, I know. But I just think maybe you put him on the Yankees organization, with that type of attitude, that type of coaching staff and everything. Clearly being on the on the Cubs helped him a little bit here. So
yeah. So be interesting to see. But I think there's a lot of possibilities out there. One other question before we get to your last pick here. Do you think that the Marlins are going to hang into, right now they're the top wild card spot in the National League? I mean, do you think that they keep that up? And this is with Alcantara having a 5 ERA.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it seems like it, right? You would imagine Sandy kind of like tightens it up a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
So
think
that'll
the
help him even
ERA
more.
will get a shade under 4 by the end of the
Yeah.
year.
All right,
Yuri
good.
Perez pitching very well, 47 innings, 54 Ks, 1.34 ERA. Jesus Luzardo, 3.77, 6-5, 90 innings. And then of course you have the major league batting leader in Luis Ariz hitting 399.
That's kind of ridiculous.
But I know they won't do it, but you know how they don't pay people. They're constantly looking to have a great minor league program. The way he's performing, would it make sense for them to trade Ariz at the deadline? I know he's like obviously a big part of why you are where you are, but is his value ever going to be higher? A 400 hitter?
I mean, it's not going to be higher.
Right. But you still wouldn't mess with it just because they never make the
would.
playoffs.
Yeah, dude. No way.
He's what is he? He's 26 years old. No power, but I mean, do you think when you're getting on base that high of a clip, it doesn't matter?
What's his first name?
Luis.
Oh, Luis. There we go. That's how you spell it.
A lot of doubles.
Yeah. It's only 26. I don't know if you should trade him, dude.
They traded Pablo Lopez for him.
Yeah, how's Pablo Lopez doing?
A lot of strikeouts, but a high ERA. He's kind of bringing down my fantasy team a little bit.
That's tough, dude. That's really tough. But yeah, leading the league right now in hits, batting average, OBP, OPS plus.
So, if you could get a strong package, would you do it or no? Or you think it's gonna kill the team?
If I'm Miami,
second half tank.
I mean, strong package in the sense like, yeah, he plays 3 separate positions too: third, second, first. I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, take advantage of the opportunity you have right now,
dude. He's a young guy too. Miami in general is a young team, I feel.
Right.
So keep him.
And he's not a free agent till 2026. So you have next year and 2 additional seasons after that. So.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure maybe next season, depending on where you end this season, I'm sure he's going to be obviously not batting 400, but I mean, his value is still going to be high.
Yeah.
He's going to be 27 next year. Be fine.
So be interesting to see what happens. What are you going to do? I know we took a little hiatus there for a second for your third and final.
Oh, geez. Well, I did take a big hiatus, dude. Third and final. Let's see. Tuesday here. I took the Dodgers and the Mets. I took
the Brewers.
Sorry, yeah, that's right. Wow, I did do that. I guess give me the Padres, dude. Just keep it over there in California, dude. Get off the schneid. Rich Hill over there pitching for Pittsburgh. So, you Darvish, talk about getting off his schneid. I mean, it's so sad to see him, honestly. Big signing to the Padres, and it's just like.
But is that still the contract that he signed with the Cubs?
21 home runs. No, I thought the Padres re-signed him.
They re-signed Darvish? Oh, they might have actually.
I'm pretty right. Isn't that like that
part of the pool of money committed?
Yeah, that was in the offseason. Padres 6-year, $108 million. The contract covers 2023, 2028.
That was stupid, though.
It was stupid. He's 36, I think.
You can't trade that contract.
You can't. It's over, dude. Maybe the Mets will take him, sure, in 4 years. But give me Darvish tonight. Rich Hill. I mean, come on. Padres should be taking care of business in Pittsburgh. I'll say 6-3. Just take it,
all right. So that about does it.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. I was just looking on here too. I wonder if, he's pitched actually better than I thought this year. Snell, 4-6, 3.22. Free agent after the season. Do you think he could fetch something pretty good? I mean, with a 3.2 ERA, free agent after the year, only 30 years old.
30 years old? Yeah, sure.
Because I don't know. He's like a weird guy to figure out though. Like can he pitch in a competitive environment and be part of a team winning a World Series? I mean, it's been a while, 2018 since that 21-5 season with the 1.89 ERA.
Right. You doubt it.
You Darvish?
No, you doubt it.
You Darvish. No, I know. I'm kidding.
Dude, don't kid with me, dude.
But you look at the number. I don't know.
No, you doubt he can be a part of a winning team?
I think he's overrated is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like the proof is in the pudding, I feel here. Like
it is. So it'll be interesting to see what they do at the trade deadline.
Yeah, dude.
But
it is gonna be exciting to see what any team does at the trade deadline.
Prospects, Tony. I know that's your main focus right now.
Yeah.
Youth development.
I mean, really, the Mets could also pivot and just be like, hey, we'll trade like our everyday guys right now, still bring up and keep Mauricio and Vientos, bring them up and try and develop them.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think you got to trade McNeil.
I mean, at this point, I guess, sure.
Yeah.
It's going to suck to see him go.
I think it'll be good for him, honestly.
Good for him, but good for the Mets.
Both.
Yeah.
It's just not working out.
Yeah, I know.
The tension with Lindor,
Is there tension?
He hasn't brought him the car.
Dude, oh my God, the fucking car I got to hear about. As I'm watching.
Talk about it?
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't bring Keith into this, dude.
That's
oh, he's fine. But I'm like, oh, like SNY is posted. Oh, you didn't bought the car. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, dude? Hasn't bought him the car yet. Who cares? Yeah. Lindor's trying out on the field with bright yellow neon cleats and a glove, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
But hey, just I don't even. It's funny because it's like I feel like at this point you don't even want them to win tonight.
I mean, I picked the Brewers to win, didn't I?
Yeah, but I'm saying like you want to see this like hit, like to get people fired, to get people moved, to get prospects in. You don't even want to try to win at this point.
I mean, is that what it's going to take for them to make moves? Maybe, sure, if that's what it takes. Yeah. But I mean, I like they should just clean house right now. Do it now, dude. What are we waiting for?
What's your prediction though? Is it an after the All-Star break thing, or it depends? Like they lose 5 or 6 more in a row, then they're just going to do it then.
No, I think it's going to be after, like during or after the All-Star break. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have done it. Like I said last night, dude.
Makes sense. Another botch job.
Yeah, another botch job.
But we'll see what happens. I feel good about the Yankees getting this sweep and hopefully some clarity sooner rather than later when Judge will come back and hopefully that toe will heal up. But what do we got coming up on Screen Time?
We got a great episode coming up. I think Michael's either going to be in studio or calling in.
Yep.
But he's talking about something. He said it's going to be huge. He didn't tell me what it was, though.
Oh, a little surprise.
Yeah, big surprise coming in here at noon. I finished up The Bear season 2 last night.
The Bear. Everybody's talking about The Bear.
Is everyone talking about it?
I don't know. I heard somebody talking about it. No, I literally saying that. Like, I think it was on Boomer and Gio. Like,
oh, really?
Everybody's just talking about The Bear. Like,
dude, that show fucking slaps, dude. It's so good. And what else am I talking about? Oh yeah, Indiana Jones released like a behind the scenes trailer. Talk about that a little bit. So yeah, dude, it's gonna be a good show. Break down my watch list from the weekend. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be chill at noon, baby.
Any Manny J. Collins?
Manny probably not on a shoot in New Hampshire. Jay probably, honestly,
from the Sikorsky break room or no?
Well, he's working from home today. So he'll probably call in. I know he watched a couple movies. He watched Extraction 2 this past weekend, dude. I don't know if you're aware of Extraction.
No.
Chris Hemsworth action movie on Netflix. Honestly, I feel like yes, that's correct, dude.
Yeah.
Are you a Liam Hemsworth fan?
Just heard the name.
Oh, okay.
Did he get divorced from somebody? I don't know. Was it Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, Miley Cyrus. Yes, Miley Cyrus. Okay. Yeah, dude. Big public divorce, dude.
Get your divorce.
Oh, Brian loves a good public divorce, dude.
I call it with Brady.
Yeah.
Right? Just give me credit.
But I think, how do you feel about like action movies, like where it's like fuck it, like people getting like killed like in excessive fashions?
Nah.
No, you don't go like, oh shit, like when a guy gets like a sword through his chest or something. Like,
No, it's
not about it.
It's too much.
Oh, okay.
It really is.
Then you wouldn't like that movie. Then.
Well, I mean, it's tough for me to like a movie, so
Yeah.
that's an uphill battle to begin with.
Yeah, that's true. But at noon, don't go nowhere.
High noon, and also if you missed last night's episode of Gaming Corner, you're gonna want to check that out. And I'm gonna describe it wrong, so if you could just tell me too, what also came out last night was like a behind the scenes video that was posted.
Oh, the VHS thing?
The VHS.
Yeah.
Thing,
So
yes.
we've obviously, as you know, Brian, we have a huge catalog
yes.
of VHS tapes, DVDs, and whatnot. So we've been shooting like some cool ASMR stuff just to show off the space, show off what we got, dude. And it's fun, man. It's a good time.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. As well as, wait, know what you're gonna say?
Do you like ASMR?
Excuse me?
ASMR? You're even aware of it?
No.
It's like, I don't know if you know, there's those videos where it's like all about like the sound.
Okay.
Like someone will they do a lot of like, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but people eating.
Oh, all right.
And they'll eat like nachos
yep.
into a special microphone that really like heightens the audio. So all you hear is like the crunching.
The Pringles crunch.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
People are.
Yeah. Hey, so. People like their stuff. You know, what are you gonna do? But really would like to thank everybody for tuning in today, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee in costume, the merch, the summer collection, downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy screen time. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.